Hello. You may already know that swallows are very strong and beautiful little birds that have the habit of traveling, every year, for many thousands of miles, from the place where they are born to other warm places where they spend the winter. This story is about Lina, a little swallow who did not want to leave her friends, and asked her parents to let her stay. Do you want to know what happened next, when winter came? Let's find out. Lina was a young swallow who lived in a beautiful forest, surrounded by tall trees and a crystal-clear river. She had grown up there with her family, and every year, when autumn came, the swallows began to prepare for their great migration to warmer lands. However, this year, something had changed in Lina. She did not want to leave. Why should we leave? Lina asked her mother. My friends are here, and I do not want to leave the forest. Lina had made great friends in the forest. She played every day with Snow Squirrel, who was an expert at collecting nuts and building cozy nests in the highest branches. She also liked to chat with Wise Owl, who always had a fascinating story to tell. Plus, she loved watching the antics of the little mice who lived near the river. The thought of leaving all that behind filled Lina with sadness and fear. I understand how you feel, Lina, Father Swallow said in a soft, understanding voice. We also grow fond of our forest friends. But migrating is part of our life, it's how we stay safe and fed. Despite her father's words, Lina decided to stay. She thought she could endure the winter in the forest, as long as she was near her friends. Father and Mother Swallow looked at her with concern, but they respected her decision and set off with the rest of the group. At first, Lina was happy to be in the forest. She enjoyed the silence and the company of Snow Squirrel, who taught her to store nuts in tree hollows and to look for a safe place to take shelter. However, as the days grew colder and the leaves began to fall, Lina noticed that many of her friends were preparing for the long winter. Snow Squirrel moved restlessly, gathering everything she could, and Wise Owl advised her to find a suitable shelter to protect herself from the storms. Lina began to feel something strange, loneliness. The forest was no longer as lively as before, and the animals that stayed seemed to be busy with their own tasks. One day, the wind blew harder than usual, and a strong snowstorm surprised Lina. Frightened, she sought shelter in a hollow tree, but the cold seeped in everywhere and Lina felt more alone than ever. At that moment, she realized that she had underestimated the importance of migration. What do I do now? Lina thought as she tried to keep warm. That was when the Wise Owl appeared, perching on a nearby branch. Lina, sometimes staying doesn't mean finding home, but facing challenges you hadn't imagined, the owl said in a calm voice. It's natural to feel afraid and not want to part with loved ones, but migrating doesn't mean leaving behind, but taking with you what really matters. Lina reflected on his words and began to understand that her home wasn't just the forest, but also her family and the chance to see her friends again. Before long, winter passed, and one warm spring day, Lina's family returned to the forest. When they saw her, her parents quickly approached. Lina! They exclaimed with joy. Lina welcomed them with a hug, feeling wiser and more grateful. She had learned a great lesson. True friendships and family ties can remain strong despite distance, and home is something you carry in your heart. I'm ready for the next migration, Lina said with a smile. Papa and Mama Swallow exchanged a proud glance, and Lina flew alongside them, the spring wind caressing her wings. If you liked this story, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be informed when we upload a new story. Also, leave us a like before you leave. This way, many children will have the opportunity to learn about this story and all the ones on our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.